Hi everyone, I'm happy to say that Hambro will be ready to take more of you back into school over the coming weeks. However, school will look quite different to what it did when you left. Don't worry though, this video will talk you through it and will show you and your families what to expect. It's okay to be a little bit nervous, but remember, your teachers and all the staff are here to help you settle in.
What will school be like?
When you come back, you may be asked to arrive at a different gate than you'd normally use. A member of staff will be waiting to greet you. If you arrive early, you and your parent or carer will need to wait together 2 metres apart from anybody else. You can use the coloured footprints to help you stay at a safe distance.
How will I get to and from school?
Once you come through the gate, the adult will tell you which pod you are in. This just means what group you're in. We're calling it a pod because it will be important not to let your pod split by mixing with children or adults from other pods. You will spend each day in the pod with the same children and adults, just like you used to in your class. There will be about 10 children in your pod, so the group will be a lot smaller. You will line up 2 metres apart with your pod each morning. Don't forget to say goodbye to your grown-up, as they will not be able to come into the playground with you. From the playground, you'll enter school through the nearest door to your pod base. This is like your classroom, but it may not be the room that you are used to. We are calling it a pod base because it's where your pod will work every day.
What will my classroom look like?
Once you're inside the school, you'll walk on the left-hand side of the corridor, staying 2 metres apart from the person in front. You can always use the floor markers to help ensure that there's always one sticker between you and the next person. If you forget, there are lots of posters to remind you. When you reach your pod base, you'll notice that it looks very different. It may be one you've not been in before. That'll be exciting. Or it could be one that you're familiar with. There will be fewer tables and chairs because pods are smaller than normal class sizes, and there will be big gaps between them. You will all be seated facing the front on your own table. There will be no group tables. You will sit in the same space every day, and you'll be asked to stay seated at all times. You will have a zippy wallet on your table with everything you need. You can keep your water bottle on your desk throughout the day, but it must have your name on it. If you have a coat with you, this will be kept on the back of the chair.
What will happen at playtime and lunchtime?
You'll all have a playtime in the morning and afternoon. So, if you're in Key Stage 2, that is a real bonus. The playground is now split into zones. There are 6 of them. The Key Stage 1 playground has Zone 1, which includes the hill. Key Stage 1 Zone 2 includes the floor-marked games. Key Stage 1 Zone 3 includes the bunker and the green area. The Key Stage 2 playground is again split into 3 zones. The first one includes the back garden and gazebo. The second zone of Key Stage 2 includes the goal end. And Zone 3 includes the Muga. You'll spend playtimes and lunchtime in one of these zones every day with your adult or with your SMSA. Lunchtimes will feel a bit different to start with. They are shorter. You'll have 45 minutes, but remember, you are getting a longer playtime every morning and afternoon. Year 6, you will eat your lunch in your pod base for about 20 minutes, and this will include time to wash your hands before and after. Year 1, you will eat your lunch in the hall. You will all then have time to play on your allocated playground zone. Remember to stay in your pod with your SMSA at all times. The kitchen have prepared a special grab-and-go menu, which can be ordered as usual at home online via phone or tablet. You can do this with your parents. All meals will be packed individually in disposable packaging and delivered to your table either in your pod base or in the hall. You can choose from a range of healthy hot or cold options, all with vegetables or salad and a dessert. Don't worry if you forget to order at home, you can always choose in your pod base every morning. Those children entitled to free school meals will continue to receive their meal at school as well as through the voucher system. Parents, that's a real bonus for you.
Where would I go to the toilet?
Each pod will have its own toilet block. This may be different to the one you're used to. It's really important that wherever you are and whenever you need the toilet, you only use this toilet block.
How will we stay safe at school?
Every pod base will have access to a sink with soap and water and hand towels. There will be frequent hand washing throughout the day. Your pod leader will go through all of this information again with you when you return to school, so don't worry if you can't remember it all now.
What will happen at home time?
At the end of the school day, your pod will return to the gate you entered, where you will be met by your parent or carer. Year 6, if you want to walk to and from school alone as usual, that's fine, but we'll just need to check that your parents are happy as you may finish a little earlier than normal. You can scoot or cycle or walk to school, but just keep in mind, you won't be able to lock your scooters or your bikes on the school premises. They will have to be taken home by your parents.
When will I come back to school?